thought it would be good to try and reach out to all of you to tell you what we've been doing since the lockdown on March the 23rd. For some time up to the lockdown, the PMI had been closely observing the government's rules, and we had felt that we may still be able to continue with our events and certainly with our qualifications in the spring season. However, as the days and the weeks went by, it became evident that we weren't going to be able to do that. And so we took the decision prior to the lockdown that we would postpone our spring qualifications, we would postpone our events, and we would have to send our staff home. When the lockdown did come, the decision for doing all of that was then justified. We know that for the 1,500 or so of you taking our qualifications, it would be a bitter pill to swallow. But we know since then that the lockdown has taken effect, and even if we wanted to, we couldn't run those qualifications in the same way that we normally would do. We've had to balance the health and the well-being of our learners, your colleagues, staff in centres, our invigilators and other volunteers, and our own staff as well, against career development. We felt that it was important to protect the former, and we can always come back and help you with the latter in the fullness of time. We've been working hard over the last few weeks since the lockdown with Ofqual, the qualifications regulator, and also with the Federation of Awarding Bodies. PMI is an awarding body in its own right, to look at ways in which we can help you with your career. We piloted last year some online multiple choice exams. The pilots were there to try and iron out some of the creases in the technology to make sure that we could scale those up when it was appropriate to do so. It's now appropriate to do so. So we've been working with our technology partners behind the scenes to make sure that we can ramp up and that we can bring you those online multiple choice exams as quickly as we're able to. I'm delighted to be able to tell you that we hope to start running some online multiple choice exams as early as April and certainly May and June. Watch this space. We'll be contacting you with more details of that in the coming days and weeks. With regard to our events, we've also had to postpone our national events and our regional events as well. Our national conference, the award-winning Pensions Aspects Live, was scheduled for April the 23rd, as was the evening dinner and the awards ceremony. We've had to postpone both of those. The conference provides many with CPD, and I'll come back to CPD in a moment. But for events like dinners and awards ceremonies, having spoken to many of my counterparts across other professional bodies, we know that events like that just physically cannot go ahead right now. So we've taken the decision to postpone that until next year. And again, we'll be making announcements on when we intend to run our annual dinner and our awards ceremony. What we will be doing though, when it comes to our content, is looking at ways in which we can deliver that in other ways. We've been working with speakers, with sponsors, and also with technology providers to look at ways in which we can deliver that content in a way that you can still benefit from it. We've also taken the decision to relax our CPD rules in 2020 to make sure that you as our members can still get some great content, but not feel pressure to try and achieve 25 hours of CPD as you might do in other years. So we're relaxing the structured content. We appreciate that it's going to be almost impossible to get to day-long conferences or half-day seminars, and we're writing to all of our members to tell you more about that. With regard to our membership generally, we'll be keeping you in touch with developments as they happen. I'm delighted to say that we're being very well supported by our volunteers and by other organisations as well. It, of course, is disappointing. We'd started the year fantastically. Our plan for this year was to try and launch something new in every month for the first few months. And we'd started off really well. In January, we launched a new mentoring program, and I know many of you have signed up to that as mentors or mentees. We'd also launched the Professional Trustee Accreditation Program in February. In March, we launched a new region in the north of Ireland, which has gone down very well. We're also on the verge of launching a new competency framework around our education platform, and also to modernise our exams. We were going through many other things as well, like launching a new member portal, an engagement system, and a brand new website. We're still doing that. We've just delayed that slightly whilst we try and get some of these other measures in place, but that's coming down the track in the next few weeks as well. So for us at PMI, we've had to take a short pause whilst we get back on track and make sure that we can deliver all the things that we would ordinarily do for you. But for us, it's rapidly becoming business as usual. So finally, I'd just like to take a couple of moments to thank everybody that's been supporting the PMI over the last few weeks. Obviously, our staff who are working diligently and very hard from home, to our volunteers who are giving us some great support, giving us some great ideas and feedback, to our members, to our learners, to our insight partners, our sponsors, our suppliers, everybody that is around the PMI. You've helped us enormously over the last few weeks. My final message at this stage is to say thank you all very much indeed. And wherever you are, please stay safe, stay strong, and please stay tuned into PMI. Thank you.